Hey, what up people, this is View with Ice and I've been gone for a while, but I'm back to my normal content now. Although I hate doing these voiceovers, it is the best way for me to stay out of trouble. If I could, I would do those anime music videos permanently, but I'm trying to stay away from any strikes or copyright claims, so I am back with my anime recommendations and kind of commentary. The top 10 best showcases of power in One Piece videos is my longest running series, and even though the views are not as great as it used to be, I am not gonna stop making these. This time I'm gonna be doing a special edition and only focus on some of the dopest moments that takes place in the One Piece movies. So this is the top 10 best showcases of power in One Piece Part 13 movie edition. Like and be sure to subscribe. You really don't understand how much that helps the channel, because even a single subscription motivates me to make more videos. Opening this video, I'm gonna go to movie 7 and we just have Zoro flexing like normally. Not gonna say too much about this, but this is just Zoro being his usual badass self, having a bit of main character syndrome. Highly illogical outcome. Luffy would have never been able to defeat Siki with Gear 3rd alone, but in the context of a One Piece movie, this was epic and amazing to witness. Siki almost ended the Straw Hat Captain's career on multiple occasions in this fight, yet again showcasing how truly impressive and dangerous he is. Luffy only won because it would have been kind of whack for him to lose in a movie. Nevertheless, Strong World is one of the best One Piece movies, period. Next up, we have another moment from movie 7. These are actually two separate moments, but I will put them in one spot because they happen so close to each other. The first one would be the accidental activation of Gear 2nd. Luffy was fighting a big robot and he was being pushed by the robot, and the pressure would allow him to access Gear 2nd for the first time in an animated scene, and then he would destroy the robot in a single attack. Then right after this, we would witness one of the coolest attacks Luffy has ever used. The Straw Hat Captain would essentially use his body as a circular saw in a sense and cut through an entire castle. His rotation would have gone further if Sanji and Zoro hadn't stepped up to stop him. I truly wouldn't mind seeing this technique again. It is one of the most unique attacks Luffy has ever used, and that is saying a lot considering the ridiculous things we have seen over the years. Going strong 25 plus years in Hawkeye is still one of the most mysterious characters in One Piece. Mihawk's most impressive feat so far is the fact that we have never heard the man utter a single named attack. The thing is, Zoro had to recite an entire poem just to cut up that meteor, and Mihawk just strolled up and cut it without so much as a sweat. Mihawk must be ridiculously powerful because in 25 years of this anime, he has never dropped a truly serious attack. When we finally see this man at full strength, it is gonna be one of the most legendary things we ever witness. While we have seen a decent amount of Boa Hancock in the canon storyline, this is one of the coolest Hancock moments ever for me. Boa Hancock is one of the strongest female characters in the story, but we have never really seen her on such a high level. When she is in another big fight situation in the main storyline, I want to see her having a display like this. Stampede was such a cool movie, and I've rewatched certain moments more than once, but the moment which I repeated the most was this showcase by Boa Hancock. There are two one-on-one fights in the OP movie verse that I respect the most. Firstly is gonna be Luffy versus Zed, but coming in at a very close second, it is Luffy versus World. The reason why this fight and display of power is so appealing to me is because Luffy wasn't as OP at the time. He was still basically fresh from his haki training and has not yet mastered his abilities, but he still managed to go above his limits to defeat World, who could be described as a veteran fighter. I mean, this is a typical Luffy trope. It is something we have seen from him hundreds of times. He comes in a bit weak and unfocused, but gradually gets stronger while he fights. For some people, it might be repetitive in a sense, but it's always so fun for me to see the hero gaining experience while he fights and finally getting that win when the time comes. Remember that time when Beckman pointed his gun at Kizaru and the entire One Piece fanbase lost their minds? This is that moment times 9,000. I have watched movie Red twice at this point in time, and this is the most memorable moment out of the entire movie for me. Siki, the Golden Lion, is one of the most legendary One Piece characters, and in the movie Strong World, Luffy and the crew face up to him while essentially on a pre-time skip level. If things were realistic, pre-time skip Straw Hats wouldn't even be able to breathe the same air as someone like Siki, but this is only a movie, so it is not to be taken too seriously. Although this fight between Siki and all of the Straw Hat fighters is truly one of the most realistic parts of the movie, because he absolutely soloed every single one of the big fighters in the group like it was nothing. When looking at this, I kind of wish they saved Siki for a post-time skip Straw Hat group when they had the idea of this movie. I just feel a character as legendary as Siki should be getting more respect. I will repeatedly say this, the best one-on-one fight in the One Piece movieverse is Luffy versus Zed, but the best one-man army situation is surely when Bullet went up against the Supernova. Aura isn't a word that I use on a regular basis, but Bullet exuded the highest level of aura out of any character in a One Piece movie. The storyline set up Douglas Bullet as someone who could rival Silver's Rayleigh, and the way he was flexing against a powerful group of characters that includes Zoro and Luffy, it truly felt like that was the case. I really hate the fact that Bullet is a non-canon character, because it would have been so nice if he was part of the main One Piece storyline, because who doesn't want an insanely powerful guy to be actually relevant? Ah yes, the fight that I've been hyping up on multiple occasions throughout this video. As far as showcases of power goes, this wouldn't be the best or even the coolest, but as I said, this is the best one-on-one fight any OP movie has ever given us. Look, I understand some of the other movies has better action or has a higher quality of epicness, but this one is just perfect all around. Zed is also another character that is so dope that he shouldn't be non-canon. Sometimes I just wish these One Piece movies could be part of the main storyline in some way. It wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. But that is gonna be it for this video. All I wanna know now is what are your thoughts on the video and what are your favorite moments from the OP Movieverse. Like and subscribe. In the next video is gonna be some recommendations on cool anime that you should be looking out for right now. 俺の名は Z だ